Hey guys, what is going on? David the Cerebral Coder here, and today we're going to talk about strings. So, what are strings? Well, to talk about strings, we have to talk about characters first. So, what are characters? Characters are letters, numbers, and symbols. So, let's first start by denoting a character, and the way that we do this is we use single quotes. So we have a single quote followed by the character, and then an ending single quote. And we can put letters, we can put numbers, or we can put symbols as the characters. So the range of values that we can use for characters include the lowercase alphabet, so ABC, all the way to Z, and then the uppercase alphabet, 0 through 9, and the symbols. Alright, so these are the characters that we have available to use. So these are our characters. What are strings? Well, all strings are characters that are all strung together. So you can think of it like this, right? And the way that we denote that this is a string is we use double quotes. And this is the basic string. And when you're going to make a string, you just create a double quote here. This is going to start your string, and then you can just type in as many characters as you would like. And that's a string. Just make sure you have a beginning double quote and an ending double quote. Okay, so now I'd like to talk about concatenation, because concatenation is one of the most important things about strings, and if you can't really talk about strings without talking about concatenation. So what is concatenation? Well, I have a definition up here, and I figure I'd bring it over here and let you guys read it. And I'm going to put a link to this in the description. You guys can check it out later. But the most important parts are right here, the definition. So in formal language theory and computer programming, string concatenation is the operation of joining character strings end to end. For example, the concatenation of snow and ball is snowball. Okay, and then down here it says the plus operator is often overloaded to denote concatenation for string arguments. And then it gives an example here. So we have hello, this is one string. So we have HELLO, comma, space in one string. And then we have plus world. And the resulting string from that is HELLO, comma, space, WORLD. And one thing I forgot to mention with characters is there's a very important character that you guys are going to want to know about, and that is the space character. So the space character is just right here, and it is a valid character in strings. Okay, so let's do a concatenation. So I got a couple of variables here, and we're going to concatenate all of them together. So let's start with a value 1 here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say hello, comma, and no space here, and we'll go value 2, so we have no space, my space name space is, and then no space here. Uppercase D, AVID, and then a period. And then we'll end that string. So this string has no spaces in it either. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a concatenation of these three variables. and we're going to set that concatenation equal to a new variable called combine. Okay, so what we do is we take the first variable that we want to start the concatenation with, and that will be value 1. Oops. Value 1, and then we're going to say plus. Now, if we were to just concatenate value 1 and value 2, we would get hello, comma, m, and there would be no space there. So this is a problem, and what we want to do to fix this is we're going to insert an empty space here. And strings can be of size 1. Strings could be size 0, they can be size 1, they can be size 2, it doesn't matter. So we're just making it a string because typically it's easier to work with string concatenation. So sometimes you can get away with concatenating a string and a character, but usually you want to stick with strings if you're going to do any concatenation. So we have another plus sign here, and then value 2. And then we have our next concatenation, and the same thing here. We would have IS and then a capital D. So we want to create an empty space here, and then we'll have value 3. Alright, so now we have our variable combine, and this is all 3 of these plus the spaces all concatenated together. And then what we do is we'll print this, and then the resulting string is going to be the value of the first variable, so hello, comma, right here, and then plus a space, so we're going to have 1 space here, and then plus value 2, which is my, so we'll have the space, and then my space name space name space is space is. Okay, so that's value 2, right? Then we have another space character here, so we've got a space right there, and then value 3, which is a capital D. So we got space, capital D, A, V, I, D, and then the last period. This is our concatenated string. And this is string concatenation. And this is one of the most important things with strings. You're going to want to remember how to concatenate, because whenever you're dealing with strings, you're almost always going to have to do some kind of concatenation on them, especially if you're going to print something out to the user. So yeah, in our next video, I think we're going to be talking about Boolean values and if statements and just program flow and things like that. So stay tuned, guys, and keep learning.